about you coming forward and hands being laid on you. Because every gift that you receive must be tested, and it is proven by your acts of faith. In that moment, I thought I was fighting to give birth to a child. But what I did not realize was I was fighting to give birth to a dimension of God's Spirit. I was fighting for an activation. I was fighting for a release. And when that child came, it did not look like what I was waiting for. As a matter of fact, I believe the Lord is drawing a line between my child and the things that he's doing. When my baby came, he was so small. He was not bigger than this cloth. As a matter of fact, I used to tease and I used to laugh. And when they say, Pia, I'll say, if you see the baby. Because when he came out, they were too sure that something was wrong with him. They checked his heart, checked his eyes, checked everywhere. They kept checking. And they finally told my husband, he's such a strong boy. They were confused because the baby was so tiny, like the fist of my hand. But there was nothing wrong with him. But you see, we had to watch that baby grow. We had to feed that baby. We had to nourish that baby. We had to strengthen that baby. We had to empower that baby with food, with prayer, with love, with every single thing inside of us. It took so much out of me and out of my husband. But Judah today stands as one of the most intelligent 2.5-year-old that I know. He's so full of life, so full of grace, so full of vitality. Why do I draw a parallel line between Judah and the mantle of Deborah? I thought I birthed a child and then I would do an assignment, but I did not realize that the child and the assignment were one. Because when you are a prophet, sometimes the things in your lives are signs and symbols. And the baby in himself, as he was small and nurtured to strength, that is how the seed that God is planting in you today, sometimes it may come out small. You can walk out of this room and after 2 days, you just still hear it faintly. It is no longer as strong as it was when you were in the room. Listen to me. When that day comes that you want to start disbelieving what the Lord deposited inside of you, remember my story. Remember Judah. Remember how small he was and how he was nurtured consistently unto life. That is how you nurture your calling and ordination. No man becomes great simply because the oil of God is upon his life. The oil of God is meant to provoke you to unlock doors. The oil of God is meant to provoke you to come into dimensions of expressions of the Lord. Because the oil of God without the knowledge of God is a deadly weapon in the hand of a fool. Your oil is meant to pull you into learning. Your oil is meant to pull you into faith. Your oil is meant to pull you into consecration and dedication. This mantle that we speak about, it doesn't come or it doesn't rest simply because it was given. It rests because you adhere to certain spiritual protocols. I know that we want to believe that these things don't matter anymore. I know that we want to believe by sermons that we have heard in the past. Oh, it is all by grace. It is grace. It is grace. Listen to me. The grace of God